Apple's highly anticipated product event next week. The company will unveil not only its latest lineup of phones, but its brand new campus. The keynote will take place at the Steve Jobs Theater, one of the buildings at Apple Park, which is seen as the founder's final legacy. The site is said to have come with a $5 billion budget and was designed by famed architecture firm Foster and Partners. Here with me now to discuss, Alex Webb, who covers Apple for Bloomberg Tech and got a lot of these details about the highly secretive theater. What do we know?
I was speaking to some people. I was speaking to some people who've really got knowledge of what's inside that theatre. It's the one place which nobody's had a chance to look at yet. We've seen pieces in Wired and the Wall Street Journal magazine where they've looked at the broader HQ, but inside the theatre itself, there are little tricks hidden up their sleeve. Firstly, there's an elevator, which when you come in through one door, it'll descend a level but twist at the same time, so you exit through the same door but facing in a different direction. Then as you go down into the theatre itself, on the outside of the circle that you can see there in the image, there'll be an obscured wall to your left, and then you go into the theatre itself, enjoy the product unveiling. When you come back out, the walls will have retracted and you'll see the demo room in front of you.
It's called the Steve Jobs Theater, and Steve Jobs, one of the last things he did before he died was, work with the city of Cupertino to get all of these things approved. I mean, how involved was Steve in the actual campus itself, the theater itself?
I mean, in the very early stages, he was very, very active. He spoke to the city of Cupertino, made presentations. In the years since his passing, it's really been Johnny Ive's baby. We've seen Johnny take a step, the chief design officer. He's really taken a step back from the more active elements of iPhone and iPad and Mac design, although he still does have some sign-off, authority on that. He's been a lot more hands-on with the campus itself, and I think the lift is very much evidence of that. Rather than going for the simple design you might see in any normal elevator where there's one door on one side and one door on the other, that would be the simple answer. Well, the Apple answer is no, let's make it complex but elegant.
Okay, so this company has long been dealing with the "what would Steve do" comments, and this certainly reminds everyone of Steve Jobs. What does that say?
I think there's a strange dichotomy here, because on the one hand, this is very much Steve Jobs' final legacy to the company, but it's also almost a clean break from the Apple of Steve Jobs. His shadow perhaps looms everywhere in a metaphorical sense in the old campus. His office is still intact there as far as we know, and this new one is Steve never worked there. He might have had a big hand in creating it, but it's Tim Cook's Apple that is moving there and not Steve Jobs. And I do wonder whether that will have an impact on freeing people up to come up with more innovative things and not worry about what Steve would do.